can't think of another way that he would have wanted to go out. He went out doing what he loved. That was his dream, to be a police officer.
A man who dedicated his life to others and loved doing it. We're continuing to hear from the men and women who were able to call fallen Deputy Greg McCowan a friend. Good evening. Thanks for joining us for WVLT News at 11. I'm Casey Wheelis. Ted is off tonight. Tonight, a Blount County deputy is laid to rest and honored all across East Tennessee. Our Sam Luther joins us. Sam, a solemn day, but powerful to see it unfold.
Yeah, Casey, hundreds of people lining the road, Alcoa Highway there, kids getting out from school early in Blount County. And during the funeral service, moments of reflection, but also looking back on the good times of a life well lived as we remember the life of Deputy Greg McCowan.
Thank you for your service, 344. This is your final call.
A final call in tribute to the life of Deputy Greg McCowan at the funeral, remembered by friends.
Whenever I needed somebody the most, I could call on him.
Described by those that worked alongside him at the Blount County Sheriff's Office.
Nice, kind, solid, steady, respected.
And a sheriff, grateful McCowan made a career change at 39, chasing his dream to be in law enforcement.
He had a passion. He wanted to serve the community. He wanted to make a difference. And there's no doubt in my mind that he did.
On the way to Grandview Cemetery, hundreds of people lined Alcoa Highway as the procession passed by, there to send a message.
Just to show his family that, you know, his life meant something to everyone, not just the people that worked with him.
And say one final thank you to a man who gave his life in an effort to protect and serve East Tennessee.
He's one of ours, and he's out there at nighttime so my wife and my girls and I can sleep. And we just appreciate everything that they do.
From a distance, people looked on as he was buried, as a helicopter flyover signifies that a hero was being laid to rest.
Deputy McCowan, we have it from here. Gone, but never forgotten.
And Sam, we had crews all along that procession today. You were actually there at the cemetery.
Yeah, Casey, some parts of that road usually would be busy. At points today, though, you could hear a pin drop, complete silence, unanimous, unwavering amount of respect being shown to this family. We were asked to keep a distance, like you mentioned before. Understandably, this family really wanting to have that moment there at the cemetery to themselves.
Can't imagine what they're going through. Sam, thanks.
Deputy Eggers, I don't mean to put you on the spot. Would you stand up?
A standing ovation for McCowan's partner, Deputy Shelby Eggers, today. She was shot multiple times in the leg. She was also at the funeral today to honor her partner and be with him to the very end. Blount County Sheriff James Lee Barong says that during those frantic moments, she was worried about McCowan, even though she was also injured. He says her training kicked in and she showed true courage.
She did whatever she could do. She did as much as she could do to get to him to render aid. She was concerned. She was shot in the leg, putting a tourniquet on herself. But you hear, she wanted to get to him. That's love. That's commitment. That's courage.
That's courage. Barong says that because of her, McCowan wasn't alone out there, and she did everything she could. Our Will Puckett also out on the procession route today. He talked with a mother and son who actually had an interaction with McCowan when he was called to their house.
He was more a friend than he was an officer.
Hundreds, if not thousands, lining the streets of Blount County to honor a man who gave his life protecting them.
He gave Kenny advice on a lot of mental advice on how to deal with his mental issues without having to go to the mental hospital.
Deputy Greg McCowan was Dixie Heise's and Kenny Hodges' patrol deputy, one time helping Kenny through a mental health crisis, one of the lowest points in his life.
He was very respectful, very kind, caring.
While helping Kenny, Deputy McCowan wasn't a police officer. He was a friend, there for Kenny at a time in need.
He was grateful You know, he was, like my mom said, he wore the badge, but he was a really good human being.
Now his friend and protector, gone. But a man who will never forget the man who made all the difference in a time when he needed him most. In Blount County, Will Puckett, WVLT News.
At some points of the procession, silence fell over the crowd as Deputy McCowan's hearse passed them.
Second shift, stand up. Blount County Sheriff's Office employees, stand up. Second shift, look behind you. You're not alone and never will be.
And as family and friends gathered inside, East Tennessee showed up in full force and continues to do so. We want to show you a live look tonight at Neyland Stadium. You can see that blue glow coming from the stadium. University Athletics changed the lights tonight to blue to honor Deputy McCowan. They say through the night, those Neyland lights will continue to shine blue. May his service and sacrifice never be forgotten.
When death has come and taken our loved one, it makes a home so lonely and drear.
The first flag that draped our fallen deputy, Greg McCowan.
Why others prosper, living so wicked, year after year.
We all knew that he would be one of the best officers possible.
All understand it. Farther along will understand why. Cheer up, my brother, live in the sunshine.
But you see, Greg, it goes a lot deeper with Greg. I'd be deployed, and he was one of the men that come to my house and took care of my 2 children, took care of my wife, watched after my home.
Then do we wonder why others prosper, living so wicked, year after year, farther along will.
Now that you are gone, we truly appreciate what you did. We have all despaired at our loss over the past few days, and only the strength of your friendship has helped us to move forward to today.
We'll understand it all by and by.